Mrs Deeming with the question, please.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is for the Minister representing the Minister for Equality. The erasure of biological sex-based rights in the law is impacting many vulnerable members of our community. Recently, it was reported in the news that Victoria's new Pride Centre, which has held trans-only events, which legally discriminated on the basis of gender, rejected an application to hold a lesbian-only event, which would have legally discriminated on the basis of sex and sexuality. The Lesbian Action Group, a group of lesbians from Melbourne and Central Victoria, were told by Justine Della Riva, CEO of the Pride Centre, that their request to hold a lesbian-only event seeks to legally discriminate against people via the Australian Human Rights Commission exemption and is inconsistent with the Pride Centre's purpose. My question is, will the Minister seek to reinstate biological sex-based rights into Victorian law so that, among other things, same-sex attracted men and women don't have to apply for an exemption and be labelled uninclusive just to host their own events?
Minister.
Thank you, President. I thank Mrs Deeming for her question, and I will pass that on to the Minister for Equality in relation to the specifics of your question. But when you put situations that you allege have happened and you use statements from other people, it's important to note that a minister will go and make inquiries in relation to responding to that, not necessarily confirm the accuracy of such statements. But Ms Shing will provide an answer to Mrs Deeming.
Mrs Deeming, supplementary.
Thank you. Nicole Mowbray from LGB Alliance Australia and the Lesbian Action Group said, "The irony is we can legally get married now, but we can't exclusively meet in a single-sex space. Sex, gender and sexuality are listed as separate protected attributes in Victorian law, but in practice they don't seem to be equally protected. Will the Minister take action to stop the practice of unfairly and unequally applying anti-discrimination laws against females and same-sex attracted people in Victoria?"
Minister.
I'll leave that for Ms Shing to provide an answer to. Equally, some of the elements of your question could be directed to me as Attorney-General, but there are also application of laws that could very well be a matter for those that enforce the laws, or complaints can be made to VERIOC and the like. So there's a range of avenues to respond to your supplementary question, but I might work with Ms Shing, make sure that relevant information comes your way.